AWAKEN Catholic show, everyone. I am your host, Nick De La Torre, and today I have with me Adri Estrada, who is become known across the conference goers as the Queen of the Conference. So she, what? She's truly an exquisitely talented artist. She's a metal artist.
Yes.
Sounds like I'm talking about like a rock band, like a metal artist. Like
I could bang my head a little.
She makes metal art.
Yes.
Art that is metal, and she's super awesome at it. It's gorgeous, and we're going to talk about some of the transitions she had to make through COVID with her work, and then also you should just know we've been booth buddies this whole week. She was in the booth right next to us. All of these episodes we've been live streaming this week. She was always right there. She's always been to a part of these videos.
Heard it all.
And at this point, she might as well run the show because she's basically heard my gig multiple times.
I'm ready.
All right, all of that glory and all of the glory that is Adri Estrada is coming up. Adri Estrada is coming up right after this. Welcome back to the AWAKEN Catholic show, everyone. I am your host, Nick De La Torre. And before we get into the content of this episode and all absorb and learn the woman, Adri Estrada, we're going to tell you about our sponsors today, selectinternationaltours.com/awaken. Select International Tours is the premier pilgrimage company in the United States. I'm starting to trip over my words and lose track of what I'm saying. The convention workers are tearing everything down around me, and I've probably done like 20 of these live streams so far in the last 2.5 days, so forgive me. But Select International Tours, you're amazing. Love that we're working with you. Love that we're going on pilgrimage with you, and you should definitely look into them and all of the great work that they do. selectinternationaltours.com/awaken. Adri Estrada.
Yes.
We've become buddies.
We are buddies. We're tight.
We're tight like a tiger, as the great Austin Powers once said.
Nice.
So actually, it wouldn't have been Austin Powers. It would have been the character also played by Mike Myers, who I guess was his father.
Okay. We'll go with that.
I don't know. Anyways, it was in one of the sequels, I think. So you are an artist out of Los Angeles.
Yes.
And you also have been widely appreciated throughout the conference for the super funky town glasses you wear.
Oh my gosh. Who knew?
Yeah. Can we get a sense of some of your stuff? I want to go into depth with a couple of your pieces, but I just want to give the people a sense of what you're doing here. So hold that up to the camera. Yeah.
Let's try and not get some glare.
Absolutely beautiful. Truly beautiful. I love what you did with that. So let's talk about. You said to me that you're a metal working artist. You're a liturgical artist. So does that mean that you've created pieces that are used in liturgy or that are used in churches? What do you mean by liturgical artist?
What I mean by liturgical artist is I celebrate the liturgy, the gospel. So all of my artwork is literally biblical, and I'm going to celebrate the characters in the Bible. I'm going to celebrate the book of Genesis, when the first 7 days when he created trees, plants, flowers, anything God created, and the people that we know in the Bible, those who I'm going to celebrate. And it will allow all of us to connect to the Bible, connect to God, and connect to our faith.
So there's a profound mission of evangelization in the work that you're doing.
Right.
I love that.
Right.
I love that a lot. And some of the things that you've talked Kevin and I through, some of your pieces, really beautiful stories. Mm-hmm. How did you get into specifically, like maybe as a kid you were into art, were you?
Yeah.
Okay. Where at what point did that specifically become metal art?
Well, I did the go to work and have that career kind of a thing, and so I pushed my artistic side under the bed, under the rug, and forgot all about it.
Yeah.
But then there came a time where I needed to answer the call to care for my parents. They were aging and ailing, and so I had the choice to continue on my career path or focus on my parents, and I chose to focus on my parents, so I put everything else aside. But when you're a caregiver, you need something tactile to do and something for yourself. So I kind of my art side came back
I love that.
And it transitioned from wire sculpting with that And eventually I went into the technique that I use is called repujado, which is meaning emboss in Spanish. So I hand emboss and sculpt on this metal.
Wow.
And it's been practiced for centuries to preserve their artwork because it was getting ruined by the oil lamps and the smoke and the soot. So I don't know, I just gravitated for some reason to metal and I kept going at it. But when my father passed, I was grieving and I needed to connect with Christ. And so I just searched for images and I tried, in fact, the Jesus one that we showed. It's a popular image that's on the internet. There's many variations of it. And so I just applied it to my technique and all I did was share it on Facebook, went to dinner and a movie with a friend. When I came out, I had all this lists of people wanting to order one. And
wow.
It kind of just progressed from there.
And you realized, hey, this could become a business.
No, I did not realize.
Okay.
I fought it kicking and screaming.
Okay.
It's like, okay, well, it's time for me to get back into the career world. But, you know, when God shuts those doors, sometimes we don't believe him.
Right.
And you keep trying to get through that door.
Yeah.
And it's just not the door he wants you in anymore. So as I was trying to get back through that door, I was doing this artwork, and this is what kept developing. And so I just kind of went with the flow of it. And I used my business background to apply the business side of it. And I don't know when I realized that it was a business, but it became a business. So I just went with it.
Yeah.
And
is this what you're doing full time now?
I do have a day job to help pay the bills, but the goal is definitely, and it is growing into that direction now.
That's awesome.
To where I can do this full time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So let's look at your depiction of like the Sacred Heart of Jesus and the Holy Family's hearts here.
Okay. This is the newest piece. I debuted it here for this event.
I'm obsessed with this.
And it was a big hit at this event here. And a lot of people have not seen the Sacred Heart of Joseph. And even at this event, they said they've never seen the Sacred Heart of Joseph. But this celebrates all three of the Sacred Hearts. And there's symbolism here. The flames represent the Holy Spirit. So that ties them together. And we have the crown of thorns, the cross, the sword that Simeon warned her about, her flowers. And then he's always known for the lilies. Any icon you see of him holding lilies. So this celebrates our Holy Family in a sense.
That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. That's so beautiful. And then we have like a print version of that.
Yes.
Signed by you on the back.
Uh-huh.
It says Pacem, Adri Estrada. I love that you signed that with Pacem because I do that a lot of times myself. It is awesome. It's awesome. I specifically do that, especially if I know that I'm emailing like a Protestant or something, just to mess with them a little bit. Like, what the hell is Pacem? But
you're teaching them.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, so basically, this print version that Adri has gifted us, we're going to use for an Instagram giveaway. So be looking for that. Make sure to follow Awaken Catholic on Instagram as well as Adri's account. What is your Instagram handle?
Adri Estrada Art.
Adri Estrada Art. And the rules for the giveaway will be listed on a post that we'll make about that, but super, super beautiful that you've offered that for that purpose. So thank you, Adri.
I'm happy to.
Talk to us about the 7 sorrows.
Now there's a journey. Let's get this over here. This is the 7 sorrows of Mary. And there we go. On one of my exhibits, I created just the heart with the 7 sorrows in it. And I was amazed at how many people asked me why I stuck knives in her heart, as if I did that.
Yeah, how dare
So I
you.
had to educate them on what the 7 sorrows were. And it just sat with me for a while how many people did not know, not only of the 7 sorrows, but of the prayer, that it's an actual rosary.
Right.
So in time, I was praying more about it and to her about it, how we can bring this back into people's prayer life. So I created an 8-piece collection of the 7 sorrows. So it's like the Stations of the Sorrows. As soon as I finished that collection, it got invited to be on exhibit at the St. Vincent Catholic Art Gallery in Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
Wow, cool.
So it was there in their art gallery for a few months, and I thought it would sell, and I thought it was going to be cathartic to let her go.
Yeah.
But she came back, and I said, what am I going to do with you now? And, I should have brought that book over. So in time, I also turned it into a prayer book that gives the origin of the prayer, because it's rich with history of how it began, and then how to pray it. And then all of the images are in that book. So it's a small prayer book that you can pray, and you can write intentions in there. And I go to churches now. That was not planned either. I take all 8 pieces, I display them, I give a talk on how it began, how to pray it. We say the prayer together, and then they come up and take a look at the artwork. So it's a night of prayer and an art exhibition.
Wow,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
What a profound way to combine your passion for art and your passion for evangelization and,
Right.
and spreading the gospel.
Right.
I think that is a beautiful thing. Yeah, there's a lot of artists, but I don't know that I've heard of too many people doing what you're doing, so that's really special.
Mm-hmm.
So is your art available for sale anywhere?
It is. I do have an online store.
Oh.
It's a hard name. It's adriestradaart.com.
It's not hard. I thought you were going to actually say something hard.
Yep, that's it. I try and keep it really simple, but I do have an online store, and my art is kind of hard to keep on the shelves.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. That's really brutal. I
terrible.
know. But, I also have a lot in print, because one of the other things that's important to me is one of the practices it used to be is families would purchase art and invest in it and hand it down from generation to generation.
True.
So that's what I want people to bring back into their life. And with this particular medium, this art's going to last for a good long time. And they can pass this down and keep the symbolism of faith in their family. And besides that, I want to make sure that people have a chance to evangelize, and we can't all afford to buy art and give art as a
Right.
gift. So I have a lot of it in print. I have holy cards that the youth really gravitate towards too, because it's black and silver and it looks kind of cool and,
Yeah.
and edgy, but it's still traditional. So the second that you give a card to anyone, you're evangelizing.
Yes.
You don't have to stand on the podium at a microphone or in front of a
Yes.
camera and and share the gospel. You can do something as subtle as giving a book or giving a picture.
Yeah.
And that's what my father always felt, that he was not a good enough evangelist. He always compared himself to the saints because of all their sacrifices that they did.
Sure.
But he always supplied me with my documentary books, and he'd get 2, one for him, one for me. We'd read it, and then we'd discuss it.
That's awesome.
And that's evangelizing. So when you gift someone just a simple picture, you are evangelizing. It's that simple.
Wow.
So I'm making it available for people to do it that simple.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And it truly is exquisite art.
Thank
Like,
you.
it really is gorgeous. The moment you started unpacking that stuff the other day when we were all setting up our booths,
Ooh,
I honestly, you were pulling this stuff out, and I was like, oh my goodness, it really is breathtaking. And the form of metal and the way that you are using it in these pieces, it is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
The way you play with texture, it's just, it really, like, I've never been like, hey, I get really excited about metal art, but like looking at this, I'm truly excited about metal art. Like, it's so breathtaking. So,
And the other neat thing about it is, if you have a prayer corner or a special spot that
Oh,
you like
yeah.
to pray, it's amazing how when the light changes, the image changes. And it
Wow.
starts to highlight. So it changes the mood. The
Yes.
sunrise light is different from the when it's going dusk. And then in the evening, if you have candles lit, it just illuminates differently. So it's kind of a moody piece.
yeah, and
Whatever
there
you
is like an
get.
angst to it all that I really connect with.
Yeah.
It's really, it's like both beautiful and tragic. And I see that so richly portrayed in all of this. It's just gorgeous.
Thank you.
Adri, you're awesome.
No, you're awesome.
Stop. Keep going. Seriously, it's been a joy to get to know you, and Kevin and I have really enjoyed getting to know you here with our booths being neighbors, and we've just had a lot of fun goofing off, haven't we?
I love your platform. I'm excited to help you guys progress too. I'm going to be a part of it.
Thank you.
Just I've already created my ID on there and put my first post.
Yeah, I saw that.
I know. So I'm excited for you guys. I think you're doing a great job evangelizing too, and we'll just all do this together.
Let's do it. Let's go. Let's do it. All right, Adri, you're awesome. Thanks for coming to the show and sticking around. Literally, we are like, there might be one other expo open over there, but we are like the only two people still hanging out.
Getting dirty looks.
Hello, sir. Here's another one.
Leave.
But everyone wants us gone. Anyways, this has been sponsored by Select International Tours. I want to seriously encourage you to check out the information about the 2 pilgrimages we're taking with them this year. And there's also so much information about so many other pilgrimages with other authors, speakers, podcasters. So please visit selectinternationaltours.com/awaken to learn more about all of that. And it's an incredible company. Can't thank them enough. And then finally, before we go, I've been Nick and Alina. Alina's not here. I'm really losing my mind. Oh my goodness. I'm excited to see her tonight. Anyways, I have been Nick De La Torre. This has been the Awaken Catholic Show, and this has been Adri Estrada. And just make sure you know, Jesus loves you.